Dan Show fans, we're back. It's finally here. It's almost hockey season. It's August. The dog days of summer are nearly behind us, and the happy days of hockey are here to stay. They're on their way. Let's play. Let's go get our sleighs. It's almost winter time. Nope, let's not go that fast. It's almost hockey time. It's Dan Show time coming up next for the first time this year. Dan Show fans, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be here. We're going to have some of our live shows soon so we can chat with one another. But with that in mind, before we talk about chatting with one another, let's talk about the person I chat with on a weekly basis, a daily basis, a nightly basis if I can't get to bed on time. Lucas Jones. Lucas, welcome to another season of Dan Show action.
Thanks.
That's all you have to say is thanks. You have one word for me.
Yeah.
This guy, you know, I thought he was going to be rejuvenated. He's going to be pumped coming out of the summer. He's going to have so much energy coming into it like I do.
I mean, make no mistake, I'm extremely rejuvenated. I don't have any bags under my eyes because I've slept. I had a couple of nice spa days. Hit the beach a little bit, so my skin feels great. My hair's great. Get that like salt water, salt air. You know, I've just been kind of relaxing and you know doing my thing. And then you called me and you were like, "Hey, it's August," and I said, "Oh wow, that went quickly." But I am excited to be back on the show.
I'm excited to be back here, hosting away, bringing you everything. Lucas with the knowledge. It's a big season. It's a big year. Second year of the NCDC now. First year of a new division at the premier level we're going to be talking about. It's going to be great. And I hear there's going to be a lot of lakes in it. And then you got some new additions, teams like the Twin City Thunder coming into play. You've got the New Hampshire Junior Monarchs moving up to the NCDC level this year. You've got Lenny Childs taking over the helm at Charlotte, and we've got a new coach in the Skipjacks Hockey Club that's going to be trying to fill some big shoes there in Lenny Childs. A lot of action, a lot of stuff going on in the offseason. What do you say about the year this year? What do you expect out of the USPHL as a whole?
Well, we're definitely expecting a lot of competition. You know, we saw last year that the phrase "any team can win" kind of holds true. You know, we had a lot of upsets. We had a lot of series that didn't exactly go the way we had thought initially. You know, you had teams that kind of came out of the gate that surprised us. You had teams that, you know, kind of hit their mid-season slump a little bit. So it really is true that the USPHL, any team can win. And with the addition of so many teams, with the addition of the Monarchs at the NCDC level, with a whole new division, I think that level of competition is really going to step up.
I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of new action, a lot of new young action we're going to be talking about as well. We have a lot of new teams joining. We've got a new addition to the whole USPHL brand here. We're adding on some fedhockey.com. We've got a lot coming at you. We've got a lot of show. But first, before we get all the way down that road of show after show, episode after episode, game after game, we start with our first segment of the year. It's a throwback segment. It's pros and cons, and it's something you've gotten to know before.
You are watching The Dan Show. Everything USPHL. From the NCDC to the Premier and Elite Leagues. The Dan Show with Dan K and Lucas Jones.
Time for what was always our favorite segment, pros and
Cons.
You see, I stepped on his con, and that's what we do because I'm all about the pros. I come into things happy. I come into things like a professional.
I would say that I come into things like a professional too. I mean, you got to find the good and bad side of things. You just always look on the bright side of life. There's got to be something in the shadows, and that's where I report from.
You got to have that yin and yang, fellas. You got to have that yin and yang, ladies. We got to have the both, the good and the bad, the ugly and the beautiful. It is time for pros and cons. Pro number one. This is how this will work. I'll give you a pro. Lucas will give you the con side, maybe the downside of it. Pro, Sean Tremblay. You know, this is a pro for the rest of the NCDC. Sean Tremblay, who's had a dominant side, he says that this is a rebuilding year for the Islanders Hockey Club. Sean Tremblay, rebuilding year, Islanders Hockey Club. That's a pro for the rest of the NCDC.
Con, Sean Tremblay is a liar. You can't trust anything Sean Tremblay says now after he says they're in a rebuilding year. Every time IHC goes to rebuild, they come out just as competitive as the last year.
I'll tell you what, you just called Sean Tremblay a liar to his face as a guy who got checked into a wall by Sean Tremblay in what was fun and playful but turned out to be painful for a very poorly built man in Dan Kay. He's not a guy to mess around with, but I'll tell you what, rebuilding for IHC usually looks a lot different than rebuilding for most squads. It's going to be a fun year for Sean Tremblay's squad up there, and we'll see what the NCDC does. Number 2, Pro. We've got a new division, a Great Lakes division. I love the butter, I love it all, but more importantly, we got a team from Pittsburgh. Time to get some Quaker steak and lube.
Con, we don't have to go to Pittsburgh for that. There's one on Route 1, like 15 minutes from my apartment in New Brunswick.
Huh.
I've lived there for like 3 years.
That was a reasonable con. We can eat Quaker steak and lube without doing the trip, but still going to be a great division. Pro number 3, hockey's back. Do I have to say anything else? Hockey's back. Summer's almost done. The rinks are freezing up. The skates are getting on. Sharpen them up, boys. Let's go play some hockey.
Con, I don't think we'll be able to have a solid sheet of ice until October with how hot the weather's been. I mean, look at the two of us. Yeah. We're still in our summer attire. Dan's got a polo. I look like I'm running for vice president in a southern state. It's hot.
If I wouldn't have sweat through the suit, I was going to go with my Miami Vice look for show number 1, but I'm going to save that for the Facebook Live coming up here. Pro number 4, my cool mugs are back. Cool bow ties are going to be coming up to you soon. Cool mugs, and look at this guy, Monkey Mug.
Con, Dan's going to keep trying to get me to spice up my look a little bit.
Yeah, he should, because it's a cool look. Cool look. You kiddos like it? Come on now. Number 5, Pro number 5. The New Hampshire Junior Monarchs are joining the NCDC. We've got 12 teams now. We got an even 12, and this is a New Hampshire Junior Monarchs team that's going to be tough to deal with.
Con, the Monarchs have like this one fan that built an air horn out of a compressed air tank, and he takes it everywhere with him. Good luck trying to play them this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is a very loud air horn, and it's going to be a very loud season trying to play in that New Hampshire Junior Monarchs home rink. It's going to be fun. It's going to be NCDC action. It's USPHL action. The Dan K Show's back with more after this.
Want Dan K and Lucas Jones to come to your town? Follow Dan and Lucas on Twitter. Dan at Dan_Kamichik and Lucas Jones at LJones1138 hashtag The Dan K Show. Get more of The Dan K Show on their YouTube channel.
Hey Dan K Show fans, back with what we call segment 3 when we're putting a show together, but what you at home are going to call the Great Lakes Review, because it's time to talk Great Lakes hockey, the Premier Division, adding on a new 6-team division, Lucas. Run down that list of teams for us for the folks at home. You got it in front of you there.
I am so excited to announce these team names. I haven't necessarily seen any of these teams play hockey yet. We've seen a couple of video clips. We haven't watched them in person. We haven't really gotten a chance to talk to them a whole bunch. But judging by these names, this is going to be a tough division. We've got the Toledo Cherokee, Lansing Wolves, Pittsburgh Vengeance, the Lake Erie Bighorns, the Worcester Oilers, and the Metro Jets.
First of all, the Lake Erie Bighorns, already top of my list of best names of a team in the USPHL framework. Then the Pittsburgh Vengeance. I know you took
already
a
fan. That team is going to win the division. I'm already a #1 fan. If I had a hat, I would put it on right now, or like one of those big heads that they do on College Game Day.
I feel like the Pittsburgh Vengeance, though, they almost have to lose because they have to be avenging themselves at all times.
Well, they'll come back at the end of the season.
But they have to almost lose the whole season and then avenge themselves next year to really live up to their namesake.
How about you let them handle the Vengeance, and then you handle talking about the rest of the teams?
Fine, I'll keep talking about the rest of the teams. I will tell you what, when you look at the team names, Cherokee, Wolves, Vengeance, Bighorns, Oilers, Jets, you think it's either the Canadian Hockey League with the Canadian teams in the NHL, or maybe you're on the Oregon Trail, because again, the namesakes in this league, great. The competition, though, Lucas, I think you're going to get a nice little quasi-Midwest meets East action. These teams fall right in between that Midwest division and our Northeast division here. What style of hockey should we be expecting out of these guys?
Well, Dan, I feel like it's going to kind of be like the Soundgarden of hockey. Like, not quite pop music, not quite rock, not quite metal. Really a mix of all these things.
Take that as you'd like.
That produces just this totally, interesting style of play. They're close enough to all these teams, and what we've said before is that the thing about the USPHL with all the different regions is that eventually you are going to have to leave what you play to play other styles, right? And so some of the more successful teams that we've seen over the last years with the league have been those that can adapt. You don't have to play every style, but you have to at least be able to adapt and overcome each style of hockey, whether you're down south and they're skating around you, skating circles around you, or you go out to the Midwest and they're hitting you, they're laying on hits, or you come up to the Northeast and the passing is just so methodical.
We go down to the Southeast and deal with the Richmond Generals and the Charlotte Rush and the Hampton Roads Whalers and the folks down in Florida that are just bothering folks. I'll tell you what, the Florida teams this year looking for a big year as well. I think the Premier is going to be some incredible hockey, some fun hockey. You saw the master list go out from the USPHL, just that insanely long list of commitments. And I'll tell you what, this Premier level, leading the world leaders in opportunities for these young athletes. And it's going to be exciting to see these 6 new teams join the fold, join the framework. Reach out to us. If you're a fan of one of these 6 teams, if you're a fan of anybody in the Great Lakes, let us know who's going to win the Premier Great Lakes Division. Let us know who your favorite Great Lakes players are. Let us know a little bit about the Great Lakes Division. We'd love to come out and maybe see some games this year with you guys. We'd love to come see you, eat some of those wings we talked about that Lucas in the pros and cons section said we could get anywhere, but we can't. We got to get them there. Let us know what we need to do, where we need to be. We want to work with you. Premier Great Lakes Division, going to be exciting. We'll be back after this with another new addition to the Premier. Lucas, I think we've got ourselves some new buddies this year. Some new Thunder buddies. The Twin City Thunder joining the Premier, and I'll tell you what, we've been talking with the folks up there in the Twin Cities of Maine, not the Twin Cities of Minneapolis. Don't get yourself confused. There are moose in Maine too, though. There are a lot of moose up there. The Twin City Thunder are going all out. They're all about it, and this is going to be an incredible team to watch. Just how good do you think these guys can be this year?
I think they can be extremely competitive. You see some of the guys that they've added to their roster so far. You take a team like that, you build it. It's always interesting to see what they go for. And we've got I think the last 4 people that they announced on their roster right here for you.
Run through it for us, Lucas. Run through this roster. Let's hear who's been recently added to the Twin City Thunder.
Well, we've got Derek Trudeau from Rockland, Massachusetts, 6'1", 195 pounds. Derek's a veteran of junior hockey who brings a boatload of experience to the Thunder. His leadership both on and off the ice will be crucial to the success of our inaugural season. And we're going to keep going. We've got Nick Malik from Fort Myers, Florida, another Florida representative there.
Florida.
Coming from the Boston Junior Bruins, Nick is a dynamic young player who has found success at the U18 level of the USPHL and will continue with his development with the Thunder. He's a smart offensive D-man who will contribute in all areas for our team. Dan, that sounds like a defensive player for you.
Sounds like my kind of guy. Sounds like somebody who's going to be bringing his lunch pail with him to work every day, and that I'm excited to see. Let's see what you can do, Nick. In the nick of time, I feel like I'm going to be saying a lot when he's blocking shots in front of the net.
Definitely. Let's move to the last 2 guys that we've got kind of pulled up here. We've got Hunter Stewart from Rapid City. His previous organization was in the NA3HL, so he has moved from the NA3 to the USPHL.
Making that big step up here, leaping competition, leaping level here. It's going to be exciting to watch Hunter hunting for goals at the USPHL level.
Next person from the Twin City Thunder is Matt Hanlon from Chicago, Illinois. Matt is a creative, offensively minded young forward. He comes from a very competitive league, and we look forward to his continued development with the Thunder. Dan, what I'm seeing from the Thunder is an emphasis on development. That is what you absolutely love to see from junior hockey. That emphasis on development, on skill, on building a team. That's what junior hockey's all about.
And players from all over. Another thing that kind of played with my mind there, if you look at the Facebook post, 6 foot, 180 pounds. At first I thought this young man was 6'1" and 80 pounds, and I was like, he might be getting knocked around the ice a little bit. 6 foot 180 though, that's going to measure up. That's going to be able to battle at the Premier level. He's going to have to play a little bit bigger here as he starts playing against these Premier foes. This is a tough league. It's a difficult league. You can be physical. This Twin City Thunder team, though, made up from guys all over. They can compete. They're going to be able to get up and down the ice fast. They're going to have to move that puck and get the puck in the net. That's it. Get the puck out of our zone. Yep. Get the puck into the net. Your first year, your inaugural season, it's all about those little things.
And you definitely want to try to start strong. The New Hampshire Junior Monarchs had their first season last year, and they came out pretty strong. They won their first 10 games. They went on a 10-0 streak. I'm not saying you got to win your first 10 games.
I'm saying you got to win your first 11. Let's go step up,
cool,
man up, let's do it. Let's win our first 11 straight, Twin City Thunder. Let's go Thunder buddies. You win your first 11 straight, and I'll do something. What should I do here, Lucas, if they win their first 11 straight? You can get me a Pocky chip. Maybe I'll eat the Pocky chip this time if they go 11-0. Oh, come on. What do I have to do? I'll ride a moose up in Maine.
Actually, yeah.
I'll cover myself in maple syrup.
We will come to Maine and we will both ride mooses.
We will find a moose. If you want to be more realistic, I may just dump maple on my head if you go 11-0 to start, because that's an incredible start. Twin City Thunder, though, you know, we got to get up there and see these guys, right? We got to get involved. We're going to be doing some radio spots with these guys up in the Maine area. We're going to be coming out and seeing a couple games up there with the Twin City Thunder. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. Talk about maybe a rivalry that could bud between the New Hampshire Monarchs premier team and the Twin City Thunder premier.
Well, the Monarchs, I think, love to find rivals, even if those teams don't know that they're quite rivals yet.
Yeah, okay.
You know, the Monarchs really like to put themselves out there, and that's why we love the Monarchs. It would be great to see two teams that we love, the Thunder and the Monarchs, kind of get a friendly little rivalry going on back and forth. It would certainly make those games an interesting, almost must-see experience, I think, for the Dan K Show.
Almost must-see, and that reminds me, Lucas, must-see matchups all year long. The Dan K Show will be bringing you must-see matchups. We'll be doing play-by-play and color commentary, and as many games we can get our hands on. We'll talk about that a little more with some more action in the Empty Net, our final segment of every show, where we talk to you, the fan, we talk to each other, we talk to ourselves sometimes. I've got a few voices I need to answer to. And while we go to this break, I will take us to the Empty Net. Welcome to the Empty Net.
No, we're not doing the singing.
We're not?
No way.
I thought we were doing that. We've been planning this all off season.
No.
I told you, I said I got a whole jingle. It's Welcome to the Empty Net. And then we're going to play the horn, the siren, goal horn.
Maybe I'll think about it.
All right, he'll think about it. Welcome to the Empty Net. Dan K, Lucas Jones, it's when we talk to you, and that's what we're here to do. First part, before I talk to you, before I let the folks at home talk to us, I want to talk about my alma mater. I am an alumnus to a school that is adding a Division III men's ice hockey program, and it's not every day that a new ice hockey program joins the fold at the college level. This is going to give opportunity aplenty to folks throughout the country, junior hockey players, not just in the USPHL, but abroad. It's going to be exciting. A lot of opportunity being created in New Haven, Connecticut by Coach Kyle Wallach and Albertus Magnus College. The Falcons, are going to be flying high with a new ice hockey team. How exciting is this new addition?
Oh, it's great. You know, anytime you can give players, especially in a league like the USPHL, a new avenue to get a college education and continue to play some hockey for, you know, a great coach and from your personal experience, a great school to attend, yep. I think that's a benefit to everybody.
This is a place I found myself in my baseball career looking for places to go, looking for a place to be. I bounced around a lot, played a little junior college ball. Found myself here. It's a sports school, sport friendly, and it's going to be exciting to see how they put it together. You got to get a great coach up there, associate head coach from Vermont, coming on over, Kyle Wallach. He was coaching with Yale, he's coached with Quinnipiac, he's coached all throughout that New Haven region. He's going to have a very, very strong grasp on the recruiting game, and we're going to probably see him, hopefully bump into him at some point, but it's going to be exciting to see just how this team grows. That's my alma mater. Now let's go from my alma mater to my league. The USPHL, Lucas, we had some viewers reach out to us.
We had one viewer in particular, and he reached out a while ago.
On June 12th.
Yeah, on June 12th. It is currently the middle of August, and it's from one of our favorite Twitter followers, Kosa Youssef, who said, "At the Dan K Show, what do you do in the off-season?"
Apparently we don't answer tweets in the off-season.
Apparently we don't do much of anything in the off-season. I mean, if you head over to our Instagram, you can see some of the things we've been doing in the off-season. We've just hired a new director of Instagram. She's also our producer, so we technically didn't have to hire her. We just gave her more responsibility for the same compensation.
Which is none.
Because
she helps us out. Yeah. She's great. She's a great volunteer.
She's an intern.
She's an intern. She volunteers with us. She helps us out. And it really, without the extra hands, we don't know what we do. Because when we're in front of the camera, we can't be behind the camera. And that's something that the X-Men can do that we cannot.
Exactly. So in the off-season, I mean, what do we do? We played a little golf.
Played a lot of bocce. I started bocce in the bocces. Yep. I don't know the terminology yet, but I am pretty decent at it.
Saw some concerts, traveled around, went to different cities, Played golf in those different cities?
Played a lot of golf. I got my golf game. I shot one under. I shot a 70 at a par 71. Look it up, Hawks Landing in Connecticut. Don't talk about the yardage, all right? It's a little bit shorter than a normal course, but I still got it done. Put up a 70, I broke par.
And, I mean, you know, we go to the beach. We're both from South Jersey, so we hit up Long Beach Island a little bit. You know, I spent some time down in Seaside. I also went on tour with my band for a couple of shows, which was a lot of fun. And I mean, now we're back in hockey mode.
Yeah, my cousin DJ HD is going to be on Jersey Shore. That's what he was doing this summer. He's going to be on the Jersey Shore. Guy was hanging out with Snooki and JWoww and DJing with DJ whatever his name is from that show. Is it Paulie D?
Paulie D.
Don't
act like you don't know.
I kind of know
act like
it.
you don't know.
All right, we're trying to be cool. You know, the kids like the fork knife now. I don't know why they like eating so much, right? Fork knife?
Yeah, no, it's called Fortnite, A. And B, I mean, you might see us playing a couple of video games down the road. I'll tell you this much. As much as we did last year, and as much as we connected with you guys last year, at events, on Twitter, on Facebook, you know, popping in and doing interviews with parents, we want to expand a lot more this year. If there's a way that you want us to connect with you, whether it's live streaming video games on Twitch, playing video games with you guys, we're avid gamers ourselves. So if you got a game that you want to play that you think is pretty cool, let us know. And if you are a parent, coach, an owner, or player of a team or organization in the USPHL, and you want Dan and myself to come out to an event, whether it's a charity event or a really big game you got coming up against perhaps a division rival or a game later in the season, contact us. Reach out to us on Facebook, reach out to us on Twitter. We'll set it up, we'll make it happen, we'll get in a car, we'll hop on a plane, we'll steal a moose and ride it all the way down to where you're at. We love coming to visit you guys where you're at. We'll call games, we'll do interviews. We'll just come hang out. So let us know. Get in touch with us on Facebook or Twitter.
Reach out to us again. We are here for you. We are a resource for the players, a resource for the parents, a resource for the fans, and a resource for the teams, coaches, and GMs and owners out there. We're here for you. We're the Dan K Show. We're here each and every week. We'll be airing on Thursdays as we have in the past. We'll have a Facebook Live show coming up that we'll be plugging all over the internet. We'll have tons of talk about the schedule release, about big matchups, about showcases coming up, about some of the big signings, commitments, and everything else hockey has to offer. When Dan K's on the mic, it's always hockey night. When Lucas is here, he's got his parting words. Nothing from Lucas. That silence means it's the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, day one of many. We are here for you. We're here to entertain. Please reach out to us. Tweet us at @the_Dan K Show. Reach out to us on Facebook, The Dan K Show. Call me if you have my number. If you don't, I'm not going to give it to you on a camera. That would be a bad idea. I get a lot of complaints directly to my phone. I get enough calls already. Thank you for watching our first week. It is USPHL time. It's hockey time all the time. When Dan K's on the mic, as I said before, it's hockey night.
You got to decide on how you're going to say that catchphrase this year. You change
this
it
is
every
the
time.
4th year, and I still don't have my catchphrase correct.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you know, there's something to be said for variety, but, you know, no one's ever had a catchphrase that's been, like, 6 different ways.
What if I just went, Shazam! Hockey! Every time.
I think silence is better than that.
I could open and close the show. Shazam! Hockey!
Also, it might now be copyright infringement.
Who's Shazam? Who says Shazam? Hockey.
Doesn't Shazam say Shazam in order to change into Shazam?
Does Shazam say Shazam hockey?
No, but
then
that's like...
where's the infringement?
Maybe he does. We haven't seen the movie yet.
I don't even know what infringement means. I had an infringement in my shoulder once.
Close. I'll give it to you.